Hi guys, welcome to lesson 6.2, exploring measuring angles. We're going to go a little backwards today. By the end of this lesson, I am hoping you will be able to solve problems like this one. This is called an unknown angle problem. To solve it, I'm going to use what I know about angles. First, I see two lines. This is actually a ray. No, is this a ray? This is two rays that make up an angle. So here is one ray and here is the second. I know that this is an acute angle because it is less than 90 degrees. They've also told me it measures 70 degrees. So somehow I can use that information to figure out this mysterious unknown angle over here, which again is made up of two rays. Well, I know that a straight angle, also known as a line, measures 180 degrees. I know that because I've used a protractor before. A protractor looks like this and is a device that you use to measure angles. If I was to take this protractor and stick it on top of a straight angle, also known as a line, I would find that it measures exactly 180 degrees. Unfortunately, I cannot use a protractor to figure out my unknown angle because they're not letting me use one. I need to use basically algebra to figure this out. So, if a straight line is 180 degrees, but 70 degrees of it has been taken up, if I subtract those, I should be able to get n, or my variable, to figure out my unknown angle. So I'm basically doing algebra. If I subtract, I get 110 degrees. Let's see if that makes sense. If I sketch our 70-degree angle on here, let's see, right here, do you guys see the 70? So it's got to pass straight through there. Here is my 70-degree angle. I know to read the bottom number because this is an acute angle, which means it is less than 90 degrees. So, to measure this angle, I'm going to also look at the bottom numbers over here. Well, actually I would flip my protractor over. Hold on. Okay, I'm losing my mind. This is correct. So, since this angle is actually obtuse, which means it is greater than 90 degrees, I'm going to read the bigger numbers. So, if I look, I'm actually going to use the top. So I know my answer has to be greater than 90. So let's see, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. This angle is 110 degrees. If I read the bottom, I would have said, oh, it's 70. Well, that doesn't make any sense. 70 is less than 90. So when you are using a protractor, you're always going to have two possible answers. You have to know the different types of angles to pick the correct measurement, which becomes really important when you are in charge of things like roads and construction. So, there you go. So that was kind of what you're going to be able to do by the end of today's lesson. Now let's go back to the beginning. Okay, so we're starting at the beginning. So this shelf at the right is at a right angle to the wall. The books fit the right way. So I can see that this is square against the wall. If I was to stack books on that shelf, they would not fall off. This shelf is at an obtuse angle, greater than 90 degrees, which is larger than a right angle. The books would slide to the floor. This would make a mess. This shelf is at an acute angle, which is smaller than a right angle. The books won't fit on this shelf. So that just wouldn't even work. So, one way to remember a right angle makes a perfect square is that books would fit on it the right way. Write the name of each angle. So, is this angle a right angle, acute, or obtuse? If you said right, you would be correct. What is this angle? Right, acute, or obtuse? This is an acute angle. Clearly, it is smaller than our 90-degree right angle. What is this one? Again, this one is acute, even though it's facing a different angle or direction. Here's our angle. It's so cute. What is this angle? Right, acute, or obtuse? This would be a right angle. Are you getting the hang of it? What is this one? Right, acute, or obtuse? Well, here would be a right angle. Clearly, it's bigger. This is an obtuse. What about this one? It's not a right angle. It's actually much larger than a right angle. It's not an obtuse. This one has a special name. It's definitely not acute. Here's your obtuse. This is going to be our straight angle, also known as a line. Okay, we're going to put it all together. How many angles with measures less than 180 degrees do you see in each figure? So, we want you to name an acute angle, an obtuse angle, and a right angle. So, for an acute, angles are named by their points. So this angle right here would be angle, here's our, oh no wait, that's not right. This would be angle CDE. D is our middle point, so it's always in the middle. It could also be written as EDC. Or we have another acute. You could also do angle CED, and E is your midpoint. That's the one that goes in the middle. You also could have listed angle ABC, or you could have called it CBA. I think that's it. Oh no, wait. There's CAD, A in the middle, which could also be DAC, and ADC with D in the middle. All right, let's look at our obtuse angles. Angles bigger than 90 degrees. I'm not seeing any. Other than just, I mean, these are not well, less than 180. So a straight line is 180, so no, that wouldn't count. I don't see any obtuse. So I guess I would write none. Right angle, I see quite a few. So we have BAD, which could also be DAB. Oh, goodness, okay. Then we've got C's and, okay, so it would be BCA, which is also ACB, and ACD, which could be DCA, ECD, believe it or not, that's a right angle, I think. Oh yeah. So if you take a piece of paper, you can do the piece of paper test. I'll have to show you that. That one is ECD or DCE. I think that's it. All right, I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to try this one. How many acute angles, obtuse, and right angles can you find? Okay, I found 10 acute angles. I found 6 obtuse, and I only see 4 right angles. Okay, let's try another. I see 2, 4, 6, 8 acute angles. I see 12 obtuse angles here. Okay, finally, let's look for some right angles. How many do you see? I see 4 angles CBG. These are my right angles in green, which could also be GBC, BCF, or FCB, CFG, or GFC. There's like 8. What am I missing? Did I do FGB? Nope. FGB or BFG. Right here. Okay. So, today you guys learned all about measuring angles. Nice job.